What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and Dope Living TV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
What's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Man, we got a great show for you today. Let me bring my sister on here. What up, girl?
Hey, I thought it was on mute. I'm like, wait, I got myself this time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
What's happening, bro? You got all the arms out and going on. What's up?
Working out before I got in, so I didn't get a chance to change. So if you were in the studio with me right now, I'm stinky. All right.
Oh,
definitely.
I'm glad I'm not in the studio.
It's a good thing, okay? Because today on the show, man, this guy, Mr. HD, we call him, okay, is his name, and we're gonna learn all about him, okay? But this guy, man, he's from Brooklyn, all right, representing Brooklyn, and he got this. There's a video that's out. It's called Ghetto Sunday. Man, it's got over 5 million views, and he's basically carving his own niche. You know what I'm saying? Everybody said he sounds like Jay-Z. I mean, we're gonna see for ourselves, okay? But regardless of who he sounds like,
you gonna be able to play it today?
Man, I'm gonna play it. I don't give a damn. We gonna do this.
You seem froggish today. Go ahead and leap.
Man, I've been working out. I told y'all. I'm gonna fight him.
Hey, Miss Arkansas.
What's up, Miss Arkansas? What's good, man? But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna play it towards the end of the show, so at least we're gonna get all of this information out, and just in case, and then I'm even gonna ask HD on the air, can we play? All right, you know, but I'm not worried about it, okay, because that's his music, as he is. So It is what it is. What's going on, Miss Arkansas? Yeah, she got another video. She got another podcast as well. All right. Shout out to everybody that's out there doing the thing. And y'all know how we do on Dope Living TV Live, man. We want to tell the journey. We want to tell the story so that you can learn something from it and never give up. All right. Just like this guy here, everybody. Like I said, he's from Brooklyn, New York. He's a recording artist, a rapper, but he tells stories, man, and he is carving his own niche out there. Everybody, say what's up, my man, HD.
Greetings,
what's
everyone.
Up,
How
HD?
are you?
What's up, HD? High tech.
Yes. Fantastic.
Top of the line.
Greetings.
What's up, Mo?
Yeah,
man, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, brother. We're gonna crack everybody down so that they just focus on HD.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. It's a blessing. Thank you.
Most definitely, man. So you're out in Brooklyn, huh?
Yes, that's correct. Well, I don't live in Brooklyn anymore, but you know, I'm from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn. That's what's up, man. And that's the let's just keep it 100. That's the guy.
Yeah.
From out there. You know, he's from out there. But the thing
what up, Mo?
You good, Mo? All right. But the thing that's happening is this now, man, is that, you know, hip-hop needs you. Hip-hop needs a change. Hip-hop needs to hear somebody that's different. And I don't care who they say, and I'm not going to harp on this too much, who they say that you sound like, all right? To me, your sound is different. You know what I mean? You're telling different stories, all right? There's a big time gap between then and now, and you're doing that, all right? What made you want to start doing rap, though?
I think what influenced me to make music, or just say rap per se, was I was always around those who, wrote hip hop, wrote poetry, such as my cousins, the people that they were associated with. The neighborhood that I grew up specifically was very hip hop oriented. I grew up around the corner from the notorious B.I.G. He lived on St. James. I lived on Cambridge, was right around the corner. So I was already, in this hub of hip hop. So, being outside, I would see ciphers taking place. I would see some of my friends rapping. I would see some of my cousins rapping. I would see my dad rapping, many times. So I was always around it. So I think that's what influenced me to, want to be a rapper, per se, these particular MCs that I wanted to study was Biggie and Jay-Z at the time, because those were the individuals that I constantly kept hearing, my friends and family members talk about. So I was like, okay, I have to study these guys. These guys have some sort of major influence on their lives. So let me do my due diligence and study, what they're studying. But I think that was the rap aspect of it. But I think with the music, just being a lover of music and a child of music, was my household where I grew up. This household of, four different women who I was raised by. And that was my three aunts, my grandmother, and my mom, excuse me, five. So, just being raised by these powerful women, they would all listen to different music, and each one of them lived on a different floor within the house. So each floor I went on, day by day, I would hear different music. So one day, I'd be on the first floor with my grandmother, and I'd hear Nita Baker. And I'm on the second floor with my aunt, then I'd hear, Whitney Houston. And on the third floor, and then on the fourth floor, I'm listening to Prince. So I had all these different types of musicians I was listening to in my household. So that whole experience and those dynamics eventually, inspired me to be a musician, and it actually birthed me in my selection of how I choose my music and the types of music that I like and the type of rhythms that I like. So I was just birthed by, music in totality and in hip hop. So I'm just like a child of, music.
Yeah.
Ultimately, So that's
Good
really
choices. Good choices.
yeah, that's really the thing that made me. So I'm grateful for that. Many kids today don't have that experience, right? So I'm very grateful and blessed to have had that.
So you had all of those genres around you, and then you grew up down the street from a big dude.
Right. Correct. Exactly. So it was almost predestined, right? In a sense, like, and it wasn't like I was pushing to do. It was like it was choosing me. I wasn't forcing anything. It was just something that was just giving to me.
Mm.
Well, you got it and you took it and you ran with it, man. But as you were coming up, to be in that area, though, I mean, because it wasn't I'll say the safest area in the world, right?
Correct. It was actually pretty dangerous, to be honest with you. And, just to top off of that, I was around all these different guys and they would, talk about different things and, the different lifestyles that they were living in accordance to who they were listening to. And so I would always try to follow these guys, around the neighborhood. But everybody knew I was like this kid from the brownstone on Cambridge. So they were like, you're the good kid. You're the one that, you got all these different, great women raising you, and everybody's looking out for you. And, everyone wanted me to stay on my steps and be a good kid. So, but I always wanted to chase and try to follow, because it was more like, you wanted to be cool. So, but I'm grateful for everyone who was, teaching me, and all my mentors and things like that gave me the vision to see, like, this is where I belong, and I could still absorb all these different activities and all the different experiences just by being in this one place. So, yeah.
And you made it a point to say that, they saw you as a young kid. They saw what you were doing, so they wanted you to stay on that track. All right. So
Correct.
They protected
Exactly.
you, basically.
Exactly. And that's rare. That's actually, that's rare where, people that's almost within the same age group as you would be like, no, that's not good for you. You know what I mean? That's very rare. So for them, it was like, I was almost impressed as well. It's like, why me? You're telling me not to do these things, but you're doing it. And we're like the same age. You want to see me like do the right thing. So that gave me insight. Like, okay, maybe I do have something special. Maybe I do need to just stick to making songs, writing poetry, and just being the good kid in my neighborhood, and sticking around and just listening to all the different songs that I was listening to and experiencing life at such a young age so fast. So yeah.
Now, were you
Wow.
Go ahead, Mo.
No. I'm just checking out the experience, man. I
Yeah.
mean, dude, I feel you on all of that because I mean, I produced. You'd be surprised of how many cats grew up around here. I'm in Nashville. I'm in Music City, so I mean, but the scene where the actual scene jumped off at is where you at. So I mean, where you was at anyway. But dude, it's I can't even imagine being in that much music and not doing music. You know what I'm saying? That's live right there.
Yeah. it's
You know
it's
what though?
incredible. It's
The
incredible.
thing that gets me is that anytime I hear somebody that they came from that background and this and that, all right, you could easily went the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those
That was
influences were
destiny.
right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's to this day. Like I go to my grandmother's house and she would listen to the OJs or she would listen to the Ohio Players or the Whispers, and
Man,
that's
those
it's
stars.
amazing, right? And it's amazing. So I don't know. I just it's something that I just cannot escape. And again, that's the music that birthed me, that raised me. So I'm always gonna have that soul. I just gonna carry
Right.
that soul within me no matter what. So yeah, I would say it was natural. It was destined.
You
Well,
know, go
go
ahead.
ahead, Marcy.
I listened to your song, I believe it's called Ghetto Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And I'm listening to your history and what you're saying. And one of the questions I was going to ask you, were you actually around a ghetto and the lifestyle? Because you hear a lot of musicians rap about things that you find out later they know nothing about. But we're seeing that you do know
Ah,
something about it. You're also
Mm.
talking about you pledge allegiance to these different things. I'm nerdy. I transcribed your song here.
That's beautiful.
Um,
we
because
do the work,
I
Steve.
had
We
to
do the
break
work
it down.
here.
I had to break it
Not
down.
bad. Not bad,
So,
Marcy.
Yeah.
Not bad.
so my question for
They got a
you,
book.
when you say you pledge allegiance to these different things, like the single moms, those that are in the attic streets, and those who have come through the struggle, what are you doing to give back? If you're pledging allegiance to the ghetto, what have you done and or planning to do?
My plan right now, so I just became a board member on this this company. It's called Hope House. Well, it's an organization, it's a non-for-profit called Hope House. And basically what we're doing is we're heavily involved in prison reform and mental health reform. And it's a facility that we're building. I can't disclose the location, but it's a facility that we're building here in New York City. And it's basically gonna be a location where those who, once they release from prison, they can come to this facility and get some sort of reform, or they can get a lesser sentence. You know, instead of going to actual prison, they can come to this facility as well. And then also for those with mental health and those who have mental health, and if they are convicted of a crime, they can come through our court system that we have, and they can get a lesser sentence on that end, and then they can get reformed
Wow.
on the end of once they're done with serving their time. So that's one of the other things that me and my company that we're doing and that I'm involved with there. And I've sat with some police officers, some heads of some big names in the NYPD about reforming the community, and also how to just push more for more nonviolence in hip hop and things like that. The chief of police, I've sat with him a couple of times, and we spoke
Mhm.
about pushing nonviolence throughout our neighborhoods and throughout
Mhm.
the culture of music and the arts and everything like that. So there's little things that I'm doing that I'm trying to push for, and I'm an advocate for in that sense. So for me to say pledge allegiance to the ghetto, I think I would say that line was more specifically just saying there are people out there who are in some unfortunate circumstances, but they are striving, and they are doing whatever they can do
Mhm.
in their willpower to overcome these things. So you can't just look at it as a general statement and say everyone is ghetto, but you know what I
Right.
mean, or everyone is
Mhm.
this mentality. There's people within these communities that are doing just as much as I'm doing, that are
Mhm.
pushing to create change and to uplift people of color and minorities, etc. So I pledge allegiance to those individuals, and I pledge allegiance to the single moms. My mom is a single mom. My mom raised me and my sister by herself and bought a home by herself, without any help of a man. So, just to see her do that and go through school and about to get her master's is so impressive. It almost brings tears to my eyes. Because I've never, I just to be close to her and see how she's done it is incredible. So that and my aunt are also single moms. So just to see them, strive and, be on their way to their successes. So I pledge allegiance to all the single mother out there that are doing it. And also those who do have a father figure and those who do have a dad, a father in their life and a husband, because that's the overall crust right there. And that really makes a big difference. And the development of a child, so I pledge allegiance to those. So just everyone, I feel like I just wanted to pledge allegiance to the people in general, because the people ultimately make the flag, so that's where those lines were coming from, more or less.
So, young man, I need to correct you real quick. You just made the comment a little back in your conversation that the little things that you're doing, you have no clue, especially with the mental illness. When, a different court system for those with mental illness to get them help, because that's something that we need in the United States. And I'm going to make it quick because they know this is my passion. I am an advocate for the mental illness, for the mentally ill. And that is something that we do talk about. I'm going to break it down real quick, Greg, but that is something that is wrong with our country, putting people that have a mental illness in prison, in the jail, no type of therapy or help for them. And then you put them back on the street and then it's a vicious circle. So kudos to you. That is not a little thing. Those are big things that you're doing.
Thank you.
If I was there, baby, I would be getting a hug. I feel like a proud mama.
Thank you. It's called Hope House. It's called Hope House. And we're building the facility now. And so it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Actually, this is off top, but my mentor, his son has mental health and he went to prison. And so when his dad saw Rikers Island, he saw the facility, saw the situation and the circumstances that these individuals are underneath with mental health. He's like, this is incredible. This is like sad because this is, like you said, it's a cycle. They come out, they put them back in and they're like, wait, it's the behavior. Like, no, they have actual mental illness, and this is why they keep repeating themselves. So we actually have to reform. We have to give them help, and we have to put them in a facility where it's comfortable for them to get help. Where it's catered for them to get help, besides just beating them down and what have you. So that's really important.
That's
we need that.
So how does that criminal? Well, I'm not gonna say criminal court of the people thing work out. How does that work out?
That's a complicated process. It's a lot more than what I could explain, but it's something that's going to work.
I was trying to explain it. I just compact, compressed it into that one, word. People's court, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a very cool thing that could be kind of something that you can get around the whole country.
Correct.
And you're actually being judged by your peers instead of 15 people or 20 people, or in this case 12, that's in the court.
Absolutely.
That are not even close to your neighborhood.
Absolutely.
And have no clue in your struggles and what you're going through. And it's just, okay, I see this skin complexion, so they must be guilty and they must be this way and that way. And like how he said, a lot of people around him were different and they were sheltering him from going down a certain path.
Correct.
And
that right there is 110% right there with all other stuff that you do.
And actually, I am the only African American on this board.
Wow.
So and the youngest one, so which is with the chairman of the company there. So it's really something special. Yeah.
So let me ask you this, HD. Let me ask you this. So, and all of that's great. Don't get me wrong, but the hip hop culture, they look at this and say, "Man, he's selling out." You know what? He's doing this. He's doing that. All right. What do you say to people that would say, "Well, you're not. You're a rapper, but
yeah,
smile on his face." I don't give
I
a
get it.
flying. Whatever.
Yeah, I get it. You know, and I had this conversation the other day. I think that's it's not tricky. I think, you know, people just have like the stigma of a rapper, right?
Yeah.
You're not able to uh you know, do the things that I'm doing. You're not able to, you shouldn't be doing good. Like you
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
just have
Yeah.
this image that's just like
Mhm.
I'm the bad guy. Like, you know, that's the only way you're gonna sell. But, you know, I think if you do it in a way that resonates with a generation and a culture, and you can make it work, right? And I think it's also how you start off as in your career. Like, I don't think my career, as you look at me as a musician, you're rapping, like, yeah, HD is just this, you know, gangster rapper. Like, that's not, I'll tell you that I'm not a gangster. You know, I don't rap about the typical things that you hear
Right.
most rappers, you know, articulate. So I think for me it's a little different. You know, I do have this clean image and I'm gonna keep that. I think that works for me. You know, it may not work for other artists, so they may not be able to do, you know, what I'm doing and feel good about it because they feel like
Right.
they gotta uphold a certain image. But I
Right.
always felt comfortable as far as being, you know, myself, being comfortable in my own skin and being appreciative of my background. So I feel like for me there won't be no issues. Knock on wood.
Oh, that's all good. Okay,
Yeah.
you
They won't if you
you
don't want.
explained it perfectly. You explained it
Yeah.
perfectly because the way that hip hop rap is right now, man. And maybe I should ask you that. What do you think about the way that these guys are going right now? Because to me, it's kind of crazy. All right, you know, it's a lot. It's just it's all over the place.
It is, and you know, like it's very scary because if you start off your career as this, for example, this rapper who is, you know, this gangster rapper, I'm just gonna say it, and it's hard to shy away from that after a while. It takes time, right? You know, even Snoop had to grow out of that image, right? Because people seeing him as this gangster rapper, you know, he doesn't do business, he doesn't do these things, he doesn't do that. It's like they keep that image on you, so it's kind of hard. So if you start out like that, it's very hard to escape it. But if you begin your career in a certain way that you foresee yourself being in the future, maybe you'll have a head start there. Unfortunately, in the generation now, you know, a lot of these some of these artists, they're making money off of the image, right? And
Mhm.
so they feel like, okay, if I'm making money off this particular image, I'm going to have to maintain this, you know, for the next
Mm-hmm.
10, 15 years. I'm going to milk this image as long as I can because this is what's helping me sell. So I'll get a tattoo on my face. I'll wear 1,000 chains. I'll wear my jeans baggy. This is what my fans are reacting to. This is what is allowing me to have some sort of influence. You know, for me, luckily, I don't have to put a tattoo on my face and wear 100 chains, baggy my jeans, you know, to have an
Right.
influence. You know, I think it more comes from the music, more or less, where the influence should be. And I'm grateful to have that impact. But I think that's what's happening. You know, a lot of these artists, they're making money off this, right? Or if not, they're getting the celebrity or the
Celebrity.
fame, and it's driving them to continue to do more. And then also, unfortunately, in the contracts, it controls a lot of what you wear, what you do, what you say, what you can't say, where you can go, what you can't, like all these things. So as when you're an artist and you're signed to, you know, some of these, you know, record companies or record deals, whatever you have, you know, you end up getting stuck there. So it becomes even harder to try to change yourself or try to change your image and try to go out there and talk about other things that's away from what saying in your contract. Because sometimes a lot of artists are not even able to speak about reform or mental anything. You know, their sole job is to just be this artist. That's
Yeah.
it. So you lock yourself in. So you just have to, I think for me, you know, you just got to be comfortable with yourself and where you see yourself and have a vision on where you want to be in this business. And overall, like I always tell my team, like, what is our impact? We got, like, what's the goal? Like, okay, yes, we can have followers, we can have views, we can have likes, we can have, but what is the real goal here? Like, what's the real legacy that we want to have? What's the impact behind everything that we do? I always want to make sure that there's an impact besides just doing something, you know, on that end. So that's my take, my input on the industry and why that happens there.
Yes, and you're very diverse, man. When you know talking, so we appreciate that, man. Because again, our purpose is to let people learn. All right.
Yeah.
Your journey, man, is a fantastic one. Gina, what you got?
I have a question. Actually, it's a 2-in-1 question. Do you, HD, do you get pushback, one, for the type of music, it's rap music, but it's not your hardcore rap, which is what the young people are into. And two, do you get pushback saying, hey, you're trying to be a Jay-Z wannabe?
Actually, I don't get pushback. I'm grateful that I don't get pushback. You're gonna have some people that are gonna, have their opinions, and
Haters
you're
gonna
gonna
hate.
have your negative energy. We're in this life, we're constantly battling negative energy, right? So, you just have to focus on the right things, the good things, the things that are dear to your heart. For me, I think I never really got pushback in that sense. It's more, I think with me, it's more like I get more opportunity from the music that I make because it's not as vulgar, because it can fit in different rooms, right? It's diverse, it's dynamic. I have music that you can play at a runway show. I have music you can play in a club where you just snap your fingers, and you can two-step. I have music where you can have a good time. I have music that's so dynamic, it fits into every room, and the age demographic of the music is very broad. So I never felt like the music was restricted to just one thing. And that's
Man,
the issue when you make drill music. For instance, in New York, there's a lot of drill music, and there's only but so many locations you could play a song where it says, "I'm gonna kill a cop." You know what I mean?
mm,
Like, there's only been so many locations, and then it gets challenging, right? Because if you continuously make that music, you're gonna draw negative energy, right?
Right.
Then you're gonna have certain issues in your neighborhoods, and you're bragging a lot, so you're showcasing a lot, so you're gonna draw a lot of jealousy and all those things, and then you're in a gang, so you're gonna attract a lot of negative energies. So you can't perform certain places, you become
Mhm.
troublesome in certain locations, certain clubs don't want you. So I've avoided all those things, right? I like to be the artist where I can go wherever, in whatever neighborhood, wherever city, wherever state,
Mm.
perform, be there. For instance, I was in LA at one point, and LA does have a lot of gangs there, right? So I'm in LA and I'm around all these bloods per se, and I had on a Yankee jersey and I'm by myself, and they showed me
Oh
so much
Lord.
love, so they showed me so much love, but it was because I don't have to look over my shoulder, right? I'm not beefing
Mm.
with anyone. I'm just here to bring everybody together. And I think that's one of my goals, is to be the yoke for hip hop. I want to bring everybody together.
Wow.
I don't want us to beef. I don't want us to, use that to sell. Let's try to figure out a creative way to
Mhm.
make good music that's going to last us forever, and come together and do that. I think that's more of a stylish thing. That's the cool thing. You know what I mean? So I think that's
Mhm.
why my music hasn't been pushed back, and everybody that most of the people that Jay-Z's actually associated with reached out to me, like Lenny S, Timberland reached out to me. So great people, great individuals, great wisdom they gave me. I actually performed in front of Jay-Z as well at the Barclays Center, so that was phenomenal. And so things are great. No pushback. I think it's just gonna keep growing here.
I was looking at a couple of videos of yours, which fantastic videos, by the way. And I also looked at this one guy was doing a reaction video
Yeah.
about
Mm.
this guy. He just had to stand up and be like, "Yeah, he might sound like him, but he is flowing. He is killing it."
Yeah.
And so I think as much as people say that you sound like Jay-Z, you push the narrative to say, well, hey, I'm not Jay-Z. This is me.
Mhm.
Listen to what I gotta say. All right.
Right.
And that in itself, man, is
that says a lot.
Yes, and
Yes.
and our subject matter is different. Our stories are very different. I'm not rapping about selling. I'm not this kid that's telling you I'm selling drugs, right?
Mhm.
And my music, anything like that. That's not me. I'm the guy that's gonna tell you, okay, I know some people that did it, and this is
there
why
you
they're in
go.
the situation because they did it. And this is why you
Right.
should avoid it. That's more or
Right.
less. I always try to give the ultimatums in all of my music. But again, my dad is a huge Jay-Z fan, and so when I was young, it was one incident that happened where I went to his house and he was listening to what is it, the American Gangster album,
Mm.
and he was listening to a song called Falling. And I was like,
Hmm.
Dad, Fabulous at the time, Fabulous was my favorite one of my favorite rappers. And I was like,
Mhm.
Dad, Fab is way better than this guy. Who's this guy? He was like,
Yeah.
what? You crazy? He was like, what? He was like, you crazy. He's like, I'm gonna leave the house right now, and you're gonna listen to this whole album for like 2 hours straight. And when he came back, I was like, yeah, I'm studying this guy, and I'm gonna be better than him. And so that
That
was
was
the
a
fire
teaching
that
lesson
drove
right
me.
there.
Right. So it was for me, it was like, this is my hero, and I want to be just as good as this guy, and I feel like you have to have that. If you don't have that,
Yeah.
it's like where do you like? What's your competition? Like, how do you see yourself being great? Like, you gotta, like, Kobe had Jordan to look up to, and all these other basketball players. So you know, like how Jordan was to Kobe, that's like how Jay is for me. Is like I gotta be like just as good, if not better than this guy. Because he already set the plateau. You know, he's done the phenomenal thing. So I want to, and not just him. There's other artists that I study, but as far as like overall, I'm like from Brooklyn. You know, made it out of Marcy Projects. Like that's phenomenal, right? So why not look up to those things? And we need more role models. We need more people to try to idolize or look up to something great. In a sense, I think that'll help you get vision there. Or why not be like Barack Obama? It's not a bad thing to try to be like Barack. It's not a bad thing to, you get what I'm saying? Like, why is it can't be bad to want to be the first Black president. It's impossible. You know what I mean? So, like, beautiful thing. And people in our culture, unfortunately, as a Black man, they will try to, like, crucify you for, looking up to someone who is, Black and doing phenomenal. Why is it bad that I'm, looking up to him, But if I was a white girl looking up to Taylor Swift, it would be okay. You get what I'm saying? And I would get all the accolades. It'd be like, oh, keep going, girl, keep doing your thing. Because they don't get that. You don't hear somebody like, yo, she sounds like a young Taylor Swift. She's not gonna make it. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, she sounds like Taylor Swift. Or they're pushing each other. You know what I mean? So, like, that's one of the things that in our culture, I'm like, yo, we got to stop that. Like, it's okay to find the next Whitney Houston. Yes, it's okay. That can sing like that. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, man. May I ask you?
Wait, Marcy, hold up. Why you keep calling him old man? Young man.
I was getting asked, do you mind me asking your age?
I'm 28.
This kid, I'm sorry, I now called you a kid.
29. Excuse me, sorry, 29. I get 28, 29. 29.
You have a lot of wisdom for your age. When we talk to, I do talk to a lot of young people, and to hear how you're speaking, I am just flabbergasted. Your music, I don't normally like rap. They kind of tease me because they say I don't come on when certain people, and it just depends. If it's something very negative, but I would tell them the reason why I wouldn't come on.
She admitted it.
But I would tell you guys if I'm not coming on, and the reason why. And I listen to your music, and I was like, oh my goodness, here we go, it's rap, and I was like, okay, and I was like, okay. And I've listened to it a few times, and that's when I said, let me just try and scrap this real quick so I can just, kind of dissect it. And I really like it. I like what you're speaking about. I like your energy.
Thank you.
And how positive you are. I bless God for those who were in your life to push you back on the steps of that brownstone. Whereas I love you. You have a new fan.
Thank you. Likewise.
And so you gotta be able, and that's the thing. What Marcy said, even though I clown her a lot, what she said was correct. Okay, you can't just start disliking any genre of music because you heard the first bar, you heard this. You gotta hear the whole thing. You gotta also check out the person who's giving it, who's out there. All right.
And one of the things that we try to do at Dope Living is whenever we have an artist on or a producer on, the first thing we do is try to, hey, we got to dismantle this crab in the barrel, thing. We got to. That's the only way we're gonna go for our next step.
So, hey, HD, let me ask you this, man. Can you freestyle?
Yeah.
You just said I'm gonna put it on the
Bring it.
Oh, I mean, if you don't mind, it ain't gotta be everything.
We're gonna listen to Ghetto Sunday, so I guess that'll suffice. I think.
Yeah.
We'll be coming up in a minute, all right? But you don't want to.
I like the conversation. Yeah. Yeah.
But I did
freestyle with that tonight.
I heard him freestyle.
Did you?
He was out there. I heard him freestyle. He can't do. That's why I asked him to do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
No pressure. No pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure.
No
Pressure. Give him a topic. Give him a topic.
All right, Crab.
No
All right.
pressure whatsoever.
Give him a topic. Come on.
Everybody, we are talking with Brooklyn native, Mr. HD. All right. We ain't calling him young man and we ain't calling him kid.
He's
all
young
right?
for me.
That's
Okay.
HD. All right. And
He's a grown man
doing grown man
Yes.
things.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
Trying
doing
to
his
spreading
thing.
positivity. That's all. Yeah.
That's all it is, man.
So HD.
I'm trying to make sure that we get. I'm gonna play the video Ghetto Sunday in a minute, all right? But I want to make sure because we get problems with it. You know, we've had recording artists on here, and as soon as we play that video, everything
only the good ones. They don't take off the bad ones.
To the
only
show. I mean,
the good ones.
We're gonna get it in. We're gonna get it in.
So
Okay.
HD, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Are you papered up as an independent? You know, you got all your paper in line?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. Very cool.
Short and sweet, all right? So let me ask you this too. What do you think about, because my son is a rapper as well, okay? What do you think about, and he's so enamored at these Chinese guys or these Korean guys coming in with this K-pop music, all right? What do you think about that?
I think it's just another form of expression. And if that's something he likes, then, it's what he likes, right? Music is going to change. The forms are going to change. The sounds, the identity is going to change. I think it's just another form of expression. It has its own fan base. It has its, own viewers. So if it works, it works. It's just another genre. That's all.
That's killing me because he makes me watch this stuff.
Yeah. It's what he likes. It's like, they like it. It's like, it is what it is. You can't force someone to like a particular. You can only introduce it to them, and say, "Hey, my mom only introduced me to Prince. I didn't. She didn't say you gotta like Prince. She was like, listen to "I Would Die for You" by Prince, and I was like, holy shit, this is incredible. You know what I mean?
I love that. I love that your mother introduced you to that music.
Yeah,
I mean,
incredible.
I do the same to my grandkids because one, they think the music that's remade from our music is original. And I have to
they don't know no
prove to them
better.
that is not original. But I also have to show them where music from the heart comes from, where our where it originated from. They need to know that, not just hear music on the radio. Especially some of this stuff they listen to.
My 8-year-old grandson be singing all the old school music. He uses my shower and he sings at the top of his lungs in the morning. And I'm like, how he know about this? And he's singing. He's just 18.
Well, we got to turn them on to HD. All right, make sure that
yeah. I'm sure my daughter would love HD. That's the kind of music she likes. She's 40. Sorry for telling your age, baby, but she's 40. But she's always been a fan of Jay-Z music like that. She just loves it.
Great. Yep.
And I think it's opening up the mind. When my man sent me this video and told me about you, man, I was like, yeah. Okay, because I'm always open. Music is me. Like I said, my son raps, but I did the same thing. My son loves Teddy Pendergrass. He loves the Commodores. He loves all of that, and he's similar to you. He doesn't do a lot of cursing in his rap. His videos are not flash this, flash that, bang bang, nothing like that. He doesn't degrade women or anything like that. Okay, it's expressionism. You guys tell stories, all right? And I appreciate the fact that you are telling stories, and you're not trying to be somebody that you're not.
Correct. Correct. And with that, and it's unfortunate because we've seen time and time again a lot of rappers lose their lives from pretending to live a particular lifestyle that they're not. And so it's sad. And the individuals who are running the industry per se, it's okay for them, that's a whole nother topic. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But it's working. That system is working, and unfortunate. So and as artists, we have the power. We have to realize that we don't have to,
fall in line
rap
with
about
whatever.
killing each other to make money. That's insane. That's insane. We don't have to do that, and we don't have to do that. Like, that's insane to me. That's just fueling negative energy, and then it comes right back to you. So it's never good. Never
and
good.
It's against us.
And then it's against us.
That's crazy.
It's I don't know. I don't know if we actually like we're in this, like if artists actually in the studio like, man, I'm about to make a song about killing another, like a guy, like, or another person. You know,
What's
and
so
like,
crazy? It's not in our soul to do that.
correct.
You know?
Correct.
And a lot of people don't understand that a part of this stuff that's going on right now is the industry. The industry had to kill rap early, and they had to kill it really early when it first started, because the way it caught on fire and the way it dominated the culture, it turned into its own culture. And when that happens, lawyers start to sue the people that are actually playing the music. So, I mean, if you start suing your customers back off a little bit, but this culture was so strong, it's still kicking hard. And so we got to do, we could change the narrative by doing stuff like what you're doing, HD, and that's getting involved and backing it up with action, you know?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I'm a firm believer that a lot of lawyers that was back in the day that wanted to kill us, you know, Napster and all that stuff, sharing music. We've shared music forever. In our genre, in our years, we shared it. We got it off the radio. What's the difference? The only difference is it came from an internet stream. So, but that didn't grow as big as, I guess, you know, as like it back in the day. Back in the day, it was big, but if you didn't have the money to go buy it, you could get it off the radio, and they didn't have no problems with it.
Yeah.
But as a matter of fact, I remember being a DJ on. They say set your cassette up. You know, track XYZ is getting ready to come up, you know, and set your cassette up to record it. That was straight legal. You do that now, and, you know, you might have the FCC and every kind of lawyer coming dicking you up. You know what I mean?
Shutting down your podcast.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, my podcast got shut down. My whole thing got shut down because of it. And the whole thing to me is, it just seems like just because of the genre of music and the people doing the music, it seems like we sued more of our artists. More of our artists' customers got sued than anybody else.
And it's us against us, Mo. It's us against us. All right.
No. I'm talking about the lawyers that come out and sue our customers. You know, they sued those bit networks that was there, you know, distributing music. And, you know, in New York, they had a big thing there. You know, Gangsta Grills was gigantic. I mean, he made millions. But the people paid for the music. He just didn't pay the people that made the music.
So
that was a big difference.
What's Gangsta Grills?
It's this big old mixtape conglomerate that was in New York, and they got all the artists together, and basically it's basically started with one or a few of the artists putting together one mixtape and getting it out there, and that was a way at first for artists coming up to get their stuff out there. They put theirs on with they mix it up with a headliner,
right?
And they put it out there, and he was making money hand over fist. The problem is he wasn't paying what he's supposed to be paying back in residual. So, the Fed shut him down.
A lot of the problem is though, Mo, we get against each other. I mean, it's.
Trust me,
we have competition. We don't need to have a competition. We all can make it. Okay. The white people do the same thing. They support each other. Like, why you think Taylor Swift is so huge? All right.
Like I just said.
Right.
There's 1,000 young Taylor Swifts coming up, and they all get the accolade. They all thriving. You know. Yeah.
And I look at a Christina Aguilera who could sing her brains out. You know. And she's not even close to that.
Her name is Aguilera, though. Okay, think of that. Her name is Aguilera.
Like I said,
somebody named Brown. You know, somebody. Come on, man. Marcy, help me out, man. Help me out.
Microphone.
Let's unmute first. Let's take a quick break. Let's hear some gems about life.
CEO of your life. Let's go.
Hey there, CEOs. Let's start getting from where we are right now to where we want to be in the future. 3 quick tips. Build your self-esteem, work on your self-care, and be someone who is self-disciplined. Having a good self-esteem means you tell yourself positive things. Having self-care means you know how to set boundaries and stop allowing other things to distract you from your goals. Self-discipline just means that you surround yourself with only positive people who are aligned with your focus of being a better you. Take those tips and a goal is on the horizon. Otherwise, be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You.
All right.
You're out there, man. You are the CEO of your life. All right. Let's take heed to some of the advice given. Hey, man, we've been talking with my man's Mr. HD.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
Greetings.
Man, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show, man, and hang out. Okay. It's you know, we learn a lot from our guests. Okay. We learned a lot about what hip hop artists can do from you. We'd love to take that journey, man. All right. If there's anything that you could tell these guys that are out there doing or trying to, you know, be where you're at, I'll put it like that, what would it be?
You know, be a sponge to life.
Find
good mentors, or well, definitely find good mentors in your life, and you know, stick by them as much as you can. Learn as much as you can. Be a student of your mistakes and life's lessons, but just, you know, most importantly, have a good, pure heart, and just give. Try to give as much as possible. I always like to, you know, refer back to my business partner Eric. One of his sayings is that, you know, the apples is not for the apple tree. The apples are for the insects, the dirt, you know, for everybody else who needs the apple. And that's really important. And that really stuck out to me. And so that's something that I've valued. And that's what I see myself as, being the apple tree, and try to, you know, give as much positive energy as I can, try to help others as much as I can, give as much as advice as I can, just be a giver, and hopefully, you know, have impact in the process of my givings and things of that nature.
Definitely, bro. We appreciate you giving us those words of wisdom. Marcy.
Absolutely.
HD, thank you so much for coming on. You're such an inspiration for other young people. I love your music. I love your energy. Young people, take it from this guy right here. You don't have to be out there following people, other young people that are negative, doing negative things that will get you in trouble, things that will get you killed. Look around the world and see what can you do to make it better.
Absolutely.
Moby.
Man, look, I love your spirit, bro. You keep doing what you're doing. Your
Thank
spirit
you.
is going. I hope it gets to be infectious. We need you and 100 million of you, bro.
Thank you. We're gonna have them. We're gonna get them. Yep.
I love what you said, HD, that be a sponge to life. That is a wonderful saying. I'm gonna have to. You better.
You
got it.
I'm gonna have to use it.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
Marcy took my thought. Same thing. Do not follow the crowd. Be individual. I don't care what's going on out here, what the trends are, what the fads are. You will stand out brighter if you are your unique self. You might get knocked down and laughed at or whatever, but I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna be the one shining and standing when the dust clears.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. You said a couple of things that got to me. All right, you know, you said, okay, Jay-Z's at the upper part of this industry. All right. Why would anybody strive to be? I mean, why would you? And I'm not, no shade. Why would you be Craig Mack when you can strive to be Jay-Z? You always got to look for the biggest, the brightest star that you can see, and try to get there. Okay, whether you make it there or not. Okay, but you're always going to strive to be bigger and better. When your parents raise you, they say, "I'm going to show you the way that you can be better than me." You know what I mean? So you're doing that, bro. I mean, for real. And we're gonna play this Ghetto Sunday. Real man, look, I love that song. I'm telling you, I love that song.
Thank you.
Before we get to the song, okay, there's a liquor brand that's out there in Atlanta, Georgia, that's, making some names for itself. Okay, we're gonna be doing something with these guys, man, making sure that we show it's a
Ooh, I like the
Nirvana
design on those
flavored
bottles.
Nirvana.
touch. Let's go, man. And look at the bottle. Look at the packaging. All right.
Hemp flavored
gin. A lot
gin.
about it, but we're gonna learn about this in the coming days. I should say, not weeks, but days. All right. My man is going to be on to show us everything about it, and we're going to support that 100%. We wanted to go from one place. We wanted to go national. We're going to help here at DopelivenTV to make it go national.
Gonna happen.
And HD, you're the brand ambassador for that liquor, right?
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. I'm not that innocent. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Little drink sometimes, you know. No,
I love it.
You know.
That's being real.
Not all my
HD.
music
That's
is
being
good music.
real.
You know, it got some
Ghetto Sunday, not Ghetto every day.
That's all good. Well, man, hopefully when we have my man's on, I forgot his name. You know, we talked about that earlier. It's
Eric. Just say Eric.
Okay.
Somebody just threw you under the bus. They said he doesn't drink.
I do, you know, a little wine. You know, a little wine here and there. You know,
that's not the point.
Hey, he didn't say what you was drinking. He didn't say
but that's not the point. The point is because
lemonade.
When I spoke with Eric, I told him I don't drink. Okay, but the thing is, it's a black-owned liquor company. We're gonna support that. All right,
absolutely.
Our viewers, they drink. I know some of them drink a hell of a lot. You know,
yeah,
we done had some. Yeah, that's right.
We don't want to contribute to that, though, bro.
At home, they can drink at home.
Some of them have been on the show.
You know, we need to sell. We need to sell meditation techniques. That's what we need to sell.
Hook it
That's
up.
what we need to sell. I got you. That's what I'm about to start working on.
That's a meditation technique right now, man.
Right.
Let's go. Kick it together Sunday.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you kick it together Sunday, man.
Oh, you want me to introduce?
We ready. Come on. Put them on the big screen. Put them on the big screen, bro.
Let's go. Hold on. Let me put it on the big screen. Let's go. Ghetto Sunday. Let's go.
You want me to rap it?
No, I want you to
freestyle.
To break. No.
Introduce it.
Oh.
Yes. You want me to introduce it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, indeed, everyone. It's the one and only HD, and I'm here to introduce my single, Ghetto Sunday. You are now tuned in, and you're about to listen to History in the Making.
Let's
on
go.
DopelivenTV.
Yeah. We gon' hustle till there's nothing left. With that being said, however you hustle, what you do to hustle, and where you hustle, I pledge to that. Yeah. And to the less fortunate, to those in the ghettos, this for you. Now the only reason I hustle is for you to avoid a struggle, so you don't have to walk these attic streets and drug puddles. Waters that we survive by but exchange knuckles. When niggas go to floors, jealousy in between a couple. Cats that I recycle conversations with, they forget the knowledge that could replace it with the choices niggas chosen life. I try to change them since and guide you with advice, but cats look at you strange with suspicion cause of the fast life. Now in fact I was trying to play the good Samaritan, that's right, but I'd rather be this nigga where you never hear from him, still able to see the differences in your wetman spitting while you proceed from my proceed, but too much proceed lead niggas to greed, so I gotta take away the seed in a pro where it's planted in the hood where they grow. Let go, let's try to build similar. I pledge allegiance to the kids who survive through struggle temperatures. I pledge allegiance to y'all, to the ghettos and us, to my one NBA, and to those in cuffs. I pledge allegiance to y'all, to the buildings we live, to the mothers who struggle beside a fatherless kid. I said I pledge allegiance to the orphans in the ghetto, and then I pledge allegiance to the hopeless in the ghetto, and then I pledge allegiance to the voiceless in the ghetto, to the cats who sold drugs, to the girls that want love, and most importantly the lessons taught by a thug. I'm familiar with the lowest levels of your comfortability, and the shit that put you through humility. Tennessee, not Memphis. But the trend I see, the tendencies by the structures that you live in become imprisoned. By me driving by in multiple choices of Benzes. That shit make me cringe. You know I'm not any different than the niggas who live in the projects. And honestly, I know I ain't got no business driving by, but my intentions is to understand some of you. Show you good love or two. Arm over a sister. Do what a brother do. Right over my left. Grandma, I still fuck with you. Allegiance to the teachers, the professor, and a sucker. I pledge allegiance to y'all, to the ghettos and us, to my ones in VA, and to those in cuffs. I pledge allegiance to y'all, to the buildings we live, to the mothers who struggle beside a fatherless kid. I said I pledge allegiance to the orphans in the ghetto, and then I pledge allegiance to the hopeless in the ghetto, and then I pledge allegiance to the voiceless in the ghetto, to the cats who sold drugs, to the girls that won't love, and most importantly, the lessons taught by a thug. But every fatherless nigga becomes a fatherless killer. Mostly what I am exposed to, if the cuffs don't fit us, it means perish. I've attended more funerals than weddings. Proposal to the street, my vow is any obsessions. The company that I keep is my protection, which means I'm no better than niggas getting arrested in the fatherless section. I'm your prime example. So be that you murder my killer, I understand you. Allegiance to the ones who ain't here, we light a candle in hopes that they souls light up avenues, and soon I will travel PA to VA. My wands kept me hit, so I travel with a clip on my hip in case the scene don't fit. I don't insist, but if you behind bars that restrict, these here will set you free. Allegiance to the time you serve, allegiance to the key, and pledge to tomorrow if woke in harmony. I pledge allegiance to y'all, to the ghettos and us, to my ones in VA, and to those in cuffs. I pledge allegiance to y'all, to the buildings we live, to the mothers who struggle beside a fatherless kid. I said I pledge allegiance to the orphans in the ghetto, and then I pledge allegiance to the hopeless in the ghetto.
Awesome.
Nice.
Very nice.
Come
I
on,
love
Troy.
what your videographer did. You know, a lot of times they try to make this big gleaming lights and flashing. This was like, you can relate.
Yeah, exactly.
Relate.
Story. It's a story. He was telling the story. Okay.
Simple, you know.
That was HD. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
And that was one camera. That was one camera.
Oh, he did
That's
a good
it.
job.
One camera, that's it.
He was working for that.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. And my cousin was checking you out. He's a producer. He does. He's got a nice little studio up that way. So,
impressive. Okay. You have our support.
Thank you. And likewise, if there's anything that we can do on our end to, you know, be a part of any movements that you guys got going on, if to be a part of anything that you guys got that's, you know, obviously about what we spoke about tonight about positivity and uplift, let us know. We're happy to, you know, assist.
For sure, man. Same back at okay. If it's something we can do, you got something going on, let us know. We're gonna throw it on here, and we definitely want you to come back. Hang out with us again.
Definitely will. Absolutely. Absolutely will.
Yes, sir. Gina?
Man, I love it. You're doing your thing. I appreciate what you're doing. It's positive. It's real. You could tell it's from the heart. It's not fake at all. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, I was just saying your name, Gina. You didn't have to say all that again.
I don't care. I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
All right, kids. Come on.
I know.
But make sure, everyone, make sure you get ready for the Distinguished Authors Guild, November 10th. Theater 47. It is going to be an awesome night. The color is gold because everything that glitters is gold.
Correct. I'll be there in jeans, man. You know I'm working.
Better have on some gold jeans.
Okay, so if I come up, hey, see now, if I come up in there in some gold jeans with some gold shoes and some gold lame shirts on,
I'm locking the door before you get to the door. I'm locking the door when I see you coming 5 miles away.
Wait. Hey, Gina. First, he gonna get talked about where he get them Trump shoes from, gold shoes.
Oh no, no!
I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Gina, I'm here."
Be like, I do not know that guy there.
Coming through HD, hanging out with us, man, for real, okay?
Absolutely.
And again, man, you can come through anytime you get ready, man.
Sounds good. We'll do. I'm sure we'll all meet in person very soon, I'm sure.
Well,
So
sounds good. Hey, this is DopelivenTV Live, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Peace.
Peace. Love.